Chickadee, check. We're back. 90, 37 seconds. Tommy, Carlos, Joe, Skelly, all in the house today, right now, live.
Live?
Well, not live.
No.
I mean, you're alive.
Yes, I am alive.
That counts. Does it count?
It counts.
It counts.
Okay.
We're getting the nods. We're getting the nods from everyone in the room.
I want to start off with a shout out to the sanitation event that we were at.
Yep.
There's
Good event.
nothing crazier than 85 sanitation workers driving around golf carts,
Grabbing each other inappropriately.
because apparently because they drive those big trucks, nobody ever taught them how to drive little vehicles, and they were damn near killing each other.
I want to hit on a Tyler I Don't Know episode, that thing that just happened the other day.
Okay.
So we show up at the golf course, and some people had some of their own personal Kool-Aid, and I swear to God, I looked right at them and I was like, damn, I didn't know that this sport allows this. And then 2 hours later, I was like, damn, they don't. They don't. That just happened. The sanitation said, we're not taking your fucking trash if you don't leave us alone. But I genuinely, at 8:30 in the morning, was like, damn, this is the craziest fucking sport I've ever seen. Golfing, they just let you do whatever the fuck you want. I was like, this is wild.
Yeah.
That's not a thing, though.
That's
not real life.
It's not a thing.
I don't know much about that, so.
So I want to give out a shout out to one of the listeners who was kind enough to show up to the sanitation event. Shout out to old Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh yeah, Kenobi was there chilling with us, talking about the old heyday of punkers. Dirty fucking punkers. You guys were throwing names around. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I know that every song's probably got 3 chords. And
Four.
4? Is it 4? I literally grew up making fun of punkers that they can play 3. So you're telling me now that you guys have 4? Is that true?
Just the good ones.
Just the good ones. So you got like A minor, D, G, and F maybe? Or what's going on?
C.
Oh, C. I forgot about C. Fuck me. Fuck me. There you go. So we got some emo punk in there. 'Cause that's where it sounds like we're going with this. So
Yeah, I wanted to start off with a shout out to old Obi-Wan Kenobi for showing up and helping out with the sanitation event, because those guys need all the help they can get.
I was hoping Bianca was going to be there.
Well, yeah.
That's your fault too.
That's my fault too.
Right.
Right.
She's a typewriter, so we know she's good people.
Yep.
Tommy Skelly, do you eat your corn like a typewriter, or do you rotate it like a cylinder?
I'm a typewriter corn eater.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Ooh, Carlos, what you got? Oh, another one from Carlos.
Fucking communists.
Carlos, evil kid, fucking Skelly over there, a typewriter.
Yeah.
Engineer?
My man.
Like a wheel?
My man.
Come
My
on.
man.
Come on, half-face.
Sometimes if you want to throw people off, you just fight chunks out of different areas.
Oh, biting chunks out of different areas.
I've
You're
never
trying
done
to
that.
fucking fuck with some people. Yeah, that's
And then,
just
and,
fucked
then,
up.
and then nobody wants to sit next to you because they're like, that poor child. What's
Right.
wrong with him?
What happened to that boy?
Can I have some more?
He can't see it. Somebody help him cut his corn off the husk. That's what's about to fucking happen. Get a fucking knife.
So, something I wanted to bring up.
Yep.
I want to know why Tommy Skelly never sued Healy's for stealing his idea.
You're bringing up that stuff. Oh, I should have. So Goonies comes out, right?
Right.
And you know Data's got the little wheels in his shoes.
Did he have those?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What
You
the
don't remember
fuck?
in the very beginning of the movie, he shot the little suction cup across the street, and it starts pulling him in, and he's rolling on the wheel shoes.
Oh, that's what that's supposed to be?
Well, they
Bro,
were,
right over my head.
bro. They weren't Heelys back then.
Yeah.
So I spent, and I'm not kidding you, hours and hours and hours in my father's garage trying to put roller skates
Oh my.
in the bottom of shoes where I could retract the wheels and drop them
Ooh.
at will.
Can you do that on Heelys? Can they actually
Heelys-
retract? Because I feel
Heelys-
like they're just half and halves.
It was still my invention.
You take
They
them out?
stole it. They stole it.
I wouldn't want that. Carlos is saying you got to take him out. I wouldn't want that. Because I'm trying to think of how you'd get him to disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just wanted him on the shoes. I
Right.
just needed him there when I needed him, and when I didn't need him, I just needed normal shoes.
Right. You needed him to have rocket packs too.
Yeah.
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 That's where
Well,
mine's
we'll
going
get-
right after that. Yeah.
Well, you see, his whole take on Heelys was he wanted to wear Heelys in a mall so he could just cruise around in the mall on Heelys as an adult and just wave at broads and be like, "Hey, girl."
Wait, that was your idea too?
Tearing up Home
Or
Depot's.
was that my idea?
Oh,
Whose
That was
idea
your
That was
idea.
my idea, right?
love
yeah.
it.
Right.
I mean,
Love
anything
it.
that involves going to wave at chicks. I mean, the mall thing's a little bit expired, but you know, we can't. That's not the safest place for guys our age to pull girls. But you know, but there's some moms there. There's some moms there. You know, I like those. So,
if you could still
but
find them all.
but we
right?
were in high school when I was. Yeah, that was a high school thought. Yeah.
Uh.
So, whacking bitches with Heelys. It would have been great escape shoes if you
Oh.
lived somewhere that had hills.
Yep.
Unless
San Francisco,
unless you
but
hit
you
the-
can only
right.
go one way.
Right. I was just gonna say, all your crimes and vandalism have to be done at the top of the fucking hill.
Pittsburgh
Because-
police would never catch you.
Right. Because you're never getting up the fucking hill in them Heelys. 'Cause then it's all about the PT, and I'm not. That's not happening today.
No.
So there's that. Next one.
Well, it's-
The Heelys.
The Heelys. No, what people don't realize about Tommy Skelly, just because he's a sanitation worker does not mean he's multifaceted and skilled. Like, he's always trying to come
So
up
you're
with new
saying
inventions.
he's not.
He is multifaceted.
So he
He's
is
skilled.
multifaceted.
But
and
people
skilled.
discount that because once you're a sanitation worker, they're like, this guy, he's a dummy.
Right.
But
right.
he's always in the lab trying to invent new things. Always.
He's got that big giant fucking Jeepers Creepers truck he's
Oh, I do.
reinventing right now.
I
What
do.
is that thing?
It's a 49 Ford.
Wow. That thing is like a tank.
You
with
wait
a
and see.
17-foot bed.
Yeah, that bed is wild.
Yeah, it's very big.
What's the plan with that?
It's gonna be Jeepers Creepers.
Is
I'm
it?
just gonna murder it out.
Is it
as
going
best-
straight to straight to that, huh? Some
Yeah.
Mad Max shit?
Yes,
They
definitely.
can show up to the Burning Man and be the top dog?
Yes, my
I
plan.
like that.
Maybe go to Wasteland Weekend with it. Yeah, that's the
Ooh,
plan.
I want to go there for sure. I will not dress up though. And I will only stand off to the side.
They won't let you in.
Fuck. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I don't think you can get in. I don't think they have norms there or whatever.
Oh.
Whatever they.
I will dress up then to get in. We must chameleon.
Oh, we have the shop and we have a sewing machine.
Right.
We can do
right,
it.
Right. Have you guys been to Burning Man, the two of you?
No.
No.
No,
Mom
not-
wouldn't let us go.
Really?
Mom
No.
wouldn't let us go. She poo-pooed that.
A little bit sheltered in that life.
But you know, I'm sorry we weren't as fortunate as you growing up on Eric
What
Estrada
the fuck
novellas.
does that mean? Whoa! Wait a minute. First of all,
Which is funny because somebody
you had two
just,
bitches.
Listen, somebody just brought it up to me who grew up on those two.
Who?
Somebody I know.
Uh-huh.
And what was the show called again?
Los Mujeres, Dos Caminos. What was it called?
Los Mujeres.
Los Mujeres, Dos Caminos to something. I can't remember. I
You're
can't
talking Eric Estrada.
remember. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever seen
The
The Saint
Poncho.
and the Switchblade?
No. Is it good?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah. He plays a street tough. Oh, you'll lose your
Oh.
mind, dude. Oh, it's
I'm gonna have to watch it.
one of
I
the
just-
best,
I just-
sneakiest movies I've ever come across.
So the memories of that show are just hanging out with very, very sexy Latino women and watching it. They were like, "Do you want to watch this with me?" I'm like, "I'll do anything with you. I'd
Yeah.
clean my room right now if you made me.
Right.
I'd just whatever gets me sitting next to you, I'm down." Right. That's how that whole
Right.
thing comes about.
Yeah, and
And I couldn't
everybody-
understand the fucking story. All I knew was his homeboy needed a break from his hot wife. He'd go hang out with his girlfriend. Then he'd need a break from the girlfriend and be at home, and she's trying to call the house, and there's a
Right.
problem.
Right.
That's all I know.
It was all in Spanish.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
people
couldn't.
getting
I
shanked at
don't
the
know.
cafe.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish very
No.
well. Saint and the Switchblade.
Right. I'm gonna have to look that up. We have so many fucking things that we have to look up. Okay. I have a question for the both of you.
Okay.
Best show you've ever been to?
Best concert.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. That I knew this one would be a good stumper.
Oh,
Now it's got to be with both of you there, and
Oh.
we're talking encompassing the entire, not only the show but what happens after, what happens during, what happens before. We're talking the best journey show just ever. Well, what is the best show?
Wow.
Right. Out of state, in state, out of country.
Buffalo, New York, Dropkick Murphys was a good one.
Ooh,
Oh, that was classic. Yeah, that was
Buffalo,
good.
New York,
And
Dropkick Murphys.
yeah, that was a good one. They played caps and bottles at that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
who opened for him?
Oh, it was a whole bunch of people. It was like
It was
a
like a-
whole, yeah.
It was a punk fest.
No, they do this great thing in Buffalo, like, or at least they did years ago. And it was like every Friday they'd have a slew of bands and one headliner.
In their
Oh.
town square.
Yeah.
Wait, they do that old people shit here. They just had that Everclear band, remember?
Yeah, no, but this was like in their public square downtown.
Oh.
And it was cooler because we weren't here.
Right,
you know,
right,
everything
right.
always
It was
seems a
just
little
different.
cooler
Right.
and
Yeah,
different.
The girls are
and-
better.
right, and
Yeah.
it wasn't
Food is better.
fucking Everclear.
Are you knocking Everclear?
Bro, you just saw them. And people told you to sit down.
That is true. Shout out to Kenobi for putting his ass in front of some old lady who in the back of the fucking show was like, "You're supposed to sit down." I was like,
Oh.
"Bitch, look at me. If I sit down, I ain't getting back up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You gonna come over and help me up?"
That was a pretty good one.
That was fucking weird.
That was a pretty good one.
So that's the whole show. What happened?
oh, yeah.
beginning
Oh,
to end.
God, I don't
Was
even
it like a Detroit Rock City scenario where you had to spend all night in town running around for tickets? Or did Joe Skelly just magically get in when he was fucking not supposed to have no fucking tickets? Gee, I wonder.
So it
bet
was
I
a,
can
it was
answer
a
that.
free show.
Oh, it was free. That's
It was a
fu-
free show.
How ironic. Allegedly, the other one was too.
we
Fucking guy.
we ran into other sanitation workers.
Oh.
And they had a pickup bed with a tarp filled with ice and beer in it.
Oh.
We made friends.
Yeah. Sanitation
It was-
workers unite, right?
Oh, wait a minute. These weren't from the same department sanitation. These were like Buffalo,
No,
New
these
York
were-
sanitation workers.
Correct. Correct.
Oh. That's fun.
Oh, it was
Yes.
a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Those sanitation workers are a hoot.
And the one truck drove by. He's like, "When I get back from the dump, you had better have some beers ready for me." And he left. Right?
Why was he going from the show to the dump?
Well,
He was
cutting
working.
through. He was
yeah,
working.
he was still working.
Oh,
And he
was
cut
still
really?
through. And he cut through.
Really?
Right. Right.
Oh, I like that.
The show gets done, and all the sanitation workers are like, "You got to go to this totally sweet bar called El Diablo."
Right.
So we went to El Diablo.
How'd that go? Did you meet El Diablo?
No, we met Al Bar though, and he tried to pick a fight with us. Oh, did he make a mistake?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. The Dropkick Murphys came in, wanted to drink beers,
Wow.
and Al Bar, tried to pick a fight.
One of the roadie guys or somebody else came over and was like pretty freaking cool. So we ended up like kind of mellowing. He chilled the whole situation out and everything was cool. And we all drank and had a good time. But yeah, Al came in a little squirrely.
Really?
You
Oh,
picked the wrong three people
You
today,
take 'em?
buddy.
He had to get it
Dude.
folded up like origami, stuffed in an
It's
envelope.
about a foot and a half shorter than I am, dude. He would have
Oh.
ran into a rough day, but
Oh,
Yep.
I like them shows.
El Diablo's bathrooms were prison bathrooms.
Did you sign it? Did you leave your mark?
No.
they didn't have like
None of that, huh?
crayons or
No,
lighters
it was
just
like
sitting in there.
stainless steel.
Oh,
Stainless steel sink
Oh, like
bolted
that.
to the wall.
Stainless steel
like
mirrors.
Suicide Watch type
Yes,
shit.
Yeah,
no,
like-
like
Oh,
legit with
okay.
the safety screws like
Right,
they have
so
in
you
holding
can't get 'em
cells.
apart.
Yeah,
right.
And the thing I couldn't get was the bar. So the Buffalo Sabres have a defenseman, right?
Okay.
That was just known for being a hitman.
What the fuck is a Buffalo Sabre?
Buffalo Sabres hockey team.
Oh,
One of
okay,
their
okay.
defensive players was just a hitman. And they had on a giant Jumbotron screen in this punk rock bar a loop of nothing but his videos of him beating people's asses over and over and over
All
Really?
night long.
all night long.
All
like
night
that.
long.
It was
I
like
like
his
that.
greatest hits. Like this guy would go to bars and just fight people and
I
then
like
go
that.
to work and fight people.
That reminds me of remember that skateboarder? They caught a clip of him back in the early
Mark
late-
Gonzalez.
No, it was a white boy. He loves
Oh.
taking off his shirt and just fucking going to town. They used to have a video of him on E-Bombs World. I know we're dating ourselves, but he had a video of him on E-Bombs World. The dude gets out of his Jeep, and I guess like 3 dudes called him a skater faggot, and he took his fucking shirt off and went to town on these kids.
Huh.
And you're just like, oh. And he was famous for it. He just, dude, the minute fucking something happened, his shirt was coming off.
My man would rock and roll.
Right.
I know what my homework is.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
right,
I mean,
right.
he's like one of my favorite skateboarders. I don't even know his fucking name. I've never even seen him skate. I just watch him fight. Yeah. I don't even give a fuck about his skating. I'm like, dude, I'll just watch you fight
Nice.
all day.
Nice.
Right.
And then from there, the sanitation workers from Buffalo were like, all right, El Diablo's cashed. We got to go to this other place called the Big Pink.
Uh,
All right.
Was
Don't
it-
let the name throw you off.
Yep, that's throwing me.
No, don't let the name
Was that a
throw you off.
specialty? Was that a dress club?
I see where he's going with
yep,
this.
We're
No.
Yep, no, okay. Was it
So
California side type club here? Is that
I don't
it?
know how you remember the name.
I know how I remember the name.
How do you remember that?
The
But-
outside of the building looked like a house that was painted pink.
It did. It did.
Oh,
Well, our bars close at 2:30 in the morning. They're open
Right.
at like 5 or something in New
oh,
York.
right.
Well,
They just go 24/7.
It's
I've heard
3:30
that.
in the
Well,
morning.
Well, it wasn't even at 3:30
I'm
at that point.
freaking starving.
Right.
I'm like, I'm hungry. And we're going to this weird pink house. I forgot it was a house. Yeah, this weird pink house. And
That's
they're like,
fucking amazing.
you wait, the food is great. And I said,
Oh.
okay, we'll see.
How was it?
No, so you walk in, the entire inside of this place is black. Black drop tile ceilings, black paint everywhere. But as you walk through the front door, on the wall is nothing but autographed pictures of every famous musician that's ever played,
No shit.
who have all been there, all eaten, and all played.
This story started out like the Joe Rogan. I went to a strip joint in a house in the middle of the woods, but it's turning good. It's turning good. I was worried you were going to tell me the strippers came out in sweatpants and fucking Adidas shoes. You know, they had fucking Mike Valley. Oh, that's his name, Mike Valley. Okay, shout out to my guy Mike for fucking lobbing everybody. Fucking dude just goes, just doesn't care.
Way to keep it real, Mike.
Right. Is that guy still around or somebody killed him? I'm not. I mean, anything is possible with that fucking guy.
I'm
Right.
pulling for him.
Right.
So you got the bar, you got
Okay.
the taps, and in
Okay.
between the two sets of taps,
Wait, what kind of famous people?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, like that.
Like,
Oh, yeah, like real,
Oh,
yeah,
Prince,
yeah.
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix, you name
Elton
it.
John.
They've all,
Oh, fuck.
they'd all been there,
Shout out to Elton.
right?
Yep.
So you got two sets of taps on the bar,
Okay.
and right between the two taps, they got a grill. Like a charbroil grill.
In the house.
Yes.
Good.
Right? And they're cooking Philly cheesesteak sandwiches on
the
this
fuck?
fucking grill.
At 4 in the morning.
Hey,
Do you remember the food, Tommy?
I
Skelly?
tell you, that was the best doggone sandwich I think I ever ate in my freaking life.
Dude. And they didn't give a fuck. They were just cooking shit up. And people are smashing down shots, drinking beers. And then hold on. The sanitation guys were like, look, we got one more stop. We leave here.
We're not
going to-
even done.
We're not even done.
They're
We're
on
going to
the-
go down the street because they shut down for a half an hour to sweep the floor, and then they open back up and start serving breakfast. And we do kegs and eggs.
Wow.
Non-stop with those guys,
New York is a little bit different.
for sure.
I'm not even gonna lie.
The problem,
even like, you know, everyone always says, you know, LA this, LA that. I'm like, listen, boy, if you've never been to New York,
Yeah.
you might have not seen a real city yet.
right.
Yeah.
Look,
That is a fucking whole other animal.
Yeah.
right. And here's and look, we were drinking like we're from here, so we're ready
Right.
for bar to close down at 2:30.
Right.
We're
So,
putting
so
we're
you
putting
were gone.
no, we were putting in work.
Yes.
We were putting in
Right.
work.
Yes.
You thought there was going to be a cutoff,
We didn't
Yeah.
know,
and then
we
it
didn't
turned
know.
out there is no such thing.
There is no cutoff at
Right.
2:30.
In New York, they're just like, we keep going. And I would bet money and balls that those sanitation workers probably could have found a place that wasn't official to go to after the official place.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
You better believe
that
it.
half an hour window,
Right.
right when they shut everything down.
When they went to pick a new spot, they're like, oh, it's 4:30. Let's find the newest place we're going to go to, guys. Let's just scan through it.
Right.
right,
Right.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. That was a good show.
I don't remember how we broke away from those guys, but I remember when we did, I was like, I need this.
Right.
I need to be broken away right now
Right.
because this is
Or
bad.
else I'm just going to stay
we're not,
here.
Yeah, we're
You're
gonna.
showing up to work in New York
Right,
on Monday, and you're
right,
like, fuck
right.
it, I never went home. Who the fuck is this guy? Don't worry, sanitation papers convert. We're good. He's never going home.
I got my own work gloves.
Right. I brought my boots. I'll have him mail the rest of my gear out.
You got it.
Fuck.
You got it.
That was a good show.
Dropkick Murphys, though. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen. I don't know if I would have seen that.
Yeah.
Who else was there that was good, though? You had to remember some of them.
And we didn't get
Violent Femmes were the week before.
Violent Femmes.
Sorry we missed that one. I would have
Yeah.
gone to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of local stuff. They just put on a lot of local small
Right.
acts. It was cool. It was really cool.
The good thing about that is that in those big cities too, and I'm not saying anything to the smaller cities, but in those big ones where they're fighting so many locals, usually they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
bottom feeders are still pretty good bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem was our drive. We didn't get there until like an hour
Right.
before the Dropkicks played.
And it might have been someone kind of bigger too, like Far From Finish or something opened up. It
Right.
just, they all kind of blend in
Yeah,
my
well,
head,
Thousands
anymore.
of concerts that happens.
And then I was up till 5 a.m. slugging beers and eating steak sandwiches,
That was
is
a
good
hell of a show. That
was
a
it
hell
just
of
the
a
two of you from our area, or did other people go?
We had one other guy with us.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Wasn't Carlos Skelly though. He wasn't
No.
ready for that
No.
yet.
No,
He wasn't ready.
Carlos was far from ready.
Yeah. He was still baking. We're getting the head nods and the head shakes and everything else.
All right. What's another good one?
Bouncing Souls at the House of Blues.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Bouncing.
Is that the night we got roofied?
No, that was a different time.
Yep.
That was a different
that
time.
exists is interesting.
Yeah,
too.
no, that was terrible.
That was
That
terrible.
was terrible.
Go right into that.
It was
were at a
probably
show.
the peak of our alcoholism, too.
Okay.
So we're professional drinkers.
Right.
Drink all day. We just came back from Buffalo, New York, for God's sakes, drinking until 5 o'clock in the freaking morning. We're all pros at this. We're at this show, and we're just chatting with like a little group of people. 2 girls who, and whatever, we're drinking. They're like, we're going to go down to this other joint around the corner. We're like, all right, well, we're going to do a shot, and then we'll go with you. So one shot, 1 beer, maybe 2 beers.
Each.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. We start walking. We're halfway there following them. And I noticed it because we kept drifting further and further behind them.
Right.
And then finally I look at him and I said, bro, I don't know what the hell's going on. I was like, but I am fucked up. I was like, I had 2 beers, 1 shot. Something is not freaking right. And he was like, I didn't want to say anything, but I'm fucked up too. I said, well,
No,
screw this.
Nobody
I said,
wants to admit it.
I said,
No, hell no.
either they roofied us and we're gonna get around the corner and some guys are gonna roll us, or their beers and our beers got all mixed up and we drank their freaking beers.
Ooh.
And someone was trying to
Which-
roofie
right,
them.
Which still leaves you with the
Right.
question: who the fuck was dropping them in?
Some dirtbag was doing some dirtbaggery, and we caught it. And I mean, I swear, for the next 5 hours, we spent walking around downtown trying to figure out where our car was.
Jesus.
Oh, it was
It
terrible.
was freaking hell on earth.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
It was the worst.
Really?
We empathize with anybody who's ever had to deal with that experience before.
or worse.
Or
Or
worse.
well,
Yeah.
worse. There's no excuse. That's just the word.
Right.
That was
Right.
deplorable.
Yeah, that's a horrible fucking thing.
I mean,
My memory stops from there.
Wow.
From realizing it in that little alleyway thing.
Right.
No clue.
So just don't remember
No
what
clue.
happened or how you got home.
Might have been 3 days later. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know where my memory kicks back in. Terrible.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
and it wasn't just him, and it wasn't just me. It
There were
was
some
the
others
both
that got
of us.
hit.
No,
it
well,
was
at
the
least
both
that
of
we
us.
knew it. Yeah, but
Right. You guys
both together. So whatever it was either the way the
oh,
shots
you're about
came
to
up.
get rolled.
You think that's what it was?
I think
Well,
so.
I don't know, but it was weird.
Females
'Cause-
are just as dangerous as men.
Well, but here's the other thing. I don't know if the shots came off a shot girl, because this was a huge music event that was going
Right.
on in the city. So they were like,
How do you aim that though? If you're the perpetrator, right? You can't aim that if you're doing randos out of a fucking
no, but
tray.
maybe that dirtbag was just dropping
just for fun,
dropping
just
them in
takes
the
whoever
shot.
he hits.
You got it.
He's like, oh, she's drooling out of her fucking nose. That must be the one.
Yeah.
Right.
Oof.
Right.
Who knows, dude?
Dude,
it was
you
all
gotta
bad.
be a master hunter to be pulling some weird shit like that. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sociopath 101 shit.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
fucking wild.
Well, maybe listen. We've been to some incredible. I mean, you name the band in that genre, we've probably seen them play at least once.
It is directly Joe Skelly's fault that vegans exist, though. I still want to put that out there. I'm just saying, you could have stopped this.
Nope.
Yeah, you guys were up first before us.
Oh,
You
he's
had an
talking about
obligation.
food, not bombs.
Oh my
Yeah, no.
God.
You had an obligation to the world.
Because my man was given
To stop
reading
that.
a poem about apples.
What the fuck?
Red, round, and delicious.
What the fuck?
What did I tell you? He said
Red
Round and delicious. It was the I said,
red card.
Right, yeah, my man was reading poetry at a show we were supposed to play.
I said we rolled up with a spray painted van.
Right.
There
We're
was
in the wrong
rusting
spot.
to pieces. And I said, this guy is reading apple poems. I'm like, we're about to turn this place out. The cops are coming.
That is
We're-
horrible.
We're all going to jail. I think
So-
they were bootlegging power directly off the pole. There were just extension cords in
Oh,
the
yeah.
freaking
Literally
storefront.
running.
Daisy chained everywhere. all
Oh,
over
yeah,
the
that's
fucking
exactly
place.
what kind of a
all the
place
way
it
down to the
The
bathroom. with
bass
fucking
drum,
light.
the bass drum kept skirting across the freaking floor.
Oh my!
I had to stand with my back leg back, holding the bass drum to keep it from moving. Oh, it was bedlam.
And again, you could have stopped vegans.
No, the best part was when they
We
got
were
in line for the chow and asked them where the meat was.
Yeah. Oh, we were promised free food. We were there playing a show
Right.
for free
And
food.
you got carrots and celery sticks.
And they were like, I was like, well, they told me hot dogs at least. Where's the hot dogs? They were like, well, we don't have hot dogs, but we have vegan lentils. Oh, in curry sauce. I'm like, oh, that's not a hot dog. You know, all I
Right.
wanted was a hot dog with mustard.
Ooh, and ketchup. You
And
needed ketchup, right?
No ketchup.
You
Just
needed no ketchup.
no brown mustard only.
Do you only eat brown mustard on your wieners too, Joe Skelly?
No, he's condiment free. He's a freaking weirdo.
Wait, what? Just dry? You just like it dry?
Like,
Just
Now
raw
we know where
dogging
Carlos
that,
got
raw
it.
dogging that
Holy
hot dog.
shit.
Nom 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 nom.
Now we know where Carlos got it.
look, he caught me one time eating a hot dog with no condiments.
One time? He only caught you one time?
One-
You guys been
one time.
roofied together. You think he only caught you one time with a wiener? You think that's what happened?
Oh my god.
I don't know about all that.
yeah,
I don't know about all that.
yeah. Come on.
Let's take it a positive, light way. Okay. Favorite comic character of all time?
Comics from comic books.
Yep. It can be post cartoons, pre cartoons. It could be just from books. What do you
It's
think?
got to be Wolverine now. At
Ooh,
my
there
age,
it
it's
is.
Wolverine, dude.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Do you think it changed from something else? Like, did you start out?
Oh, I
as
like
Spider-Man
Gambit.
fan?
I like Gambit for a little bit when Gambit got introduced.
Yeah.
It was very, in a weird way, you know, just kind of a thing. I was digging that, but I was like, kind of like in, you know, I don't even remember how old I was. I was probably even older when he first got introduced, but I was digging him. Always dug Batman.
Who
Classic.
doesn't like Batman?
Well, I always thought that, you know, if you trained hard enough, you could be freaking Batman.
Kind
If
of
I
like
was,
a Jedi. Kind of like a Jedi.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to wind you
Wait.
up with that one.
So,
No. Let's have
No,
the
but-
Jedi.
so that's true.
If I was-
I definitely concur with the Batman thing. He was the only one we could really see ourselves as a kid.
If
as
I
a
was
kid.
a millionaire or a gazillionaire or whatever he
trained all
was,
day.
and trained all day,
Right.
I could
That'd
be Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought so too, except for the whole part where I won't go half the places he goes. I was like, I'm a little bit limited.
Well, I was already in half those places. I
Right.
just wasn't trying to stop crime.
I always wanted to be Batman, but I think I grew up to be Micro. It's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. We went the whole other way with it.
Always stayed with the classics, though. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Joe Skelly? Digging comics? You comic fan?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
That's good.
I like Nightcrawler.
Still in the Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler was a good character. Wolverine, Batman,
Sergeant Rock.
Sergeant Rock.
Ooh,
Um,
right over my head.
all those.
No, Sergeant Rock. Oh.
No, I'm saying I don't know who that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who is that?
Sergeant Rock was the son of a World War I veteran who joined up when World War II broke out, and he just pretty much was a bunch of war stories of him and his team,
No
Easy
shit.
Company.
Like Ghost
Whipping ass.
Ghost Tank.
He's the guy
Oh,
who.
Ghost Tank was good too. Yeah,
He's
those
Ghost
were,
Tank. All those World War II cartoons.
Yeah,
comic books.
those were all good.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
Was the horror? Oh,
What was the one with the Native American
Yes,
pilot?
yes.
And his native spirit would
Would
fly
be
along.
riding
the plane with
along
him,
behind him
with
on the
a
plane.
horse.
Oh,
And he would be like,
that's
"Oh,
interesting.
grandfather, uno cante tonka, te tonka," whatever fucking Carlos said earlier.
was money.
So
Yeah.
the Invisible Girl wasn't the first one to ride around, or no, who is it? Human Torch or whatever. He rides around behind the Fantastic Four, right? 'Cause they don't have enough seats for him.
Yeah, and he's on fire. It's real
Yeah.
bad to put in a plane.
Right.
In their bullshit invisible plane.
Hey man, they're Predator.
No, I think you're mixing that up. Somebody
Whatever.
else had an
Wonder
invisible
Woman.
plane. Yeah, she had an invisible plane.
Right.
But we're back to light bending.
Back to light bending.
Right.
Back to light bending.
What's up with Wonder Woman and her weakness is men tying her up? Doesn't anybody acknowledge that in a while? I mean, is that a fucking thing or? Because that's what that is. You know that, right?
What's that?
That's her weakness. If a dude ties her up, she's fucked.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Unless I'm wrong, write me
I
if I'm
think-
Well, I
wrong.
remember her tying dudes up.
Right,
I
but if you could if a guy tied her up, I read this off some weird. It was a list of weird facts about female comic book characters. Was that Wonder Woman is defeated by a male tying her up, and I was like, well, that's weird because she's a superhuman strength fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
what are you tying her up with?
Right. Good luck trying to
Because-
tie up Linda Carter.
Right. How's that gonna fucking
Right.
work?
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I never saw it either.
You know, a lot of people didn't like Aquaman.
Yeah, because I can't say the word in a mean way, so I won't say that. But yeah, because he's Aquaman. Sure.
What's wrong with that? What? Because he talks to fish?
Have you seen what they're doing to the Aquaman character in the Boys?
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
it's not good.
no.
It's
No.
not good.
I don't watch The Boys. That's a
He-
comedy picture, right?
It's no, it's a comic book hero realistic show.
Yeah, but it's comedy.
I don't think there's anything funny about that.
Oh,
fucking show.
okay.
That show's fucked
All right.
up.
Someone told me it was a comedy and I'd
No,
laugh.
that's got stuff that's right. It's
Oh.
about horrible superheroes. Like you know when you were a kid and you wondered what would happen if Flash hit somebody while he was running.
Yes,
They show that in the show.
like eviscerating people.
Yes. Dudes doing 300, 500 miles running
Huh.
through humans, and you're like, what the fuck did I just see?
Huh. Might have to
Yeah,
look
that's
into that one.
Were you a fan of The Watchmen?
Not particularly. You mean book-wise or? Yeah,
I
not
w-
particularly.
So I didn't learn about it till the movie. And the only reason I was a fan was because I read how Alan Moore wanted to portray real superheroes with real problems.
With problems.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had the comedian who was basically a sociopath. You had the mom who was an alcoholic. You had the owl who lost his mojo, so to speak. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what would really happen, right?
I like Rorschach because I've taken enough of those tests.
Right.
You know, it's just relatable.
They give you a lot of those tests for the
Yeah.
sanitation department, do they?
They do.
What do you see in them when you look at them?
It all depends on the picture.
A lot of smoke?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes, right. Right. That's an interesting thing. I have 2 kids named after Rorschach.
Yeah?
Yeah, both of them. The first kid was a trial run and kind of sorry producer, but he just fell off the side of the boat.
Yeah.
The other 2, they got really cool names.
Oh my God.
That wasn't my fault. I'm not taking credit for that.
Okay.
So, yeah, possibly,
Okay.
maybe, but yeah, Rorschach's the best.
Yeah, I like damage.
The producer just said,
Right.
"Don't go to sleep."
Right. Rorschach was the best, man. He kept it all the way to the end, right?
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what, he wanted the truth to be out there. That's why he was the most epic character. That is the hardest thing to do. Without a doubt, living on that line every fucking day. That would be the hardest thing. Right?
What? Where are we? Oh, I'm back. I'm sorry. I went somewhere. I'm back.
He's over here daydreaming about the blue guy, whatever the fuck that guy.
I thought he was eating steak sandwiches in Buffalo again.
Dr. Manhattan.
So, what's the best show you've been to?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's not Punk Show though.
That's okay.
Yeah. The best show, I think there was one where I ended up in a car with like 3 girls. That was the best one.
Well, that doesn't sound like a bad start.
No, that was the whole show. I can't say the rest. It's X-rated.
Okay.
Oh.
But who was
Yeah.
at the show?
It was From Autumns to Ashes, and fuck, I don't remember because I only remember the girls.
Right.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
horrible.
going to see Shona Knife or some
Yeah,
fucking Japanese
that
fucking-
would actually be
Listen.
okay.
Hey, if I'm hanging out with 3 broads, I'll go see whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
The Mega Beast is still dragging me around to shows.
Right.
She,
Right.
You know, she made me go to Elton John. I know nothing about Elton John
Yeah, and what did you find out about Elton John? He's had 5 songs.
that I didn't even know were his.
Yep.
Apparently.
Yeah, he's got
But,
some sneakers.
What a guy!
Right?
He could play the fuck out of that piano.
Yeah. And
Got
he's
some skills.
and his outfits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Came out and then he flexed on everybody and thanked everybody every song. That's a G unit right there. You keep that crowd going like that. I think that's the almighty power if you can keep doing that. That's skill. Right?
Yes. Oh, no, for that, as long as he's been doing it and staying current and staying fresh and not being some old fucking putting out garbage music. He's always played his own step, his own beat.
And what was the age range at that show? It had to be all over the
It
spectrum.
was all the way
Yep.
from the bottom to the top.
So if
and-
you can get the old and the young,
Yes. There's a famous artist, I can't remember who, in the billions of interviews that I've read about artists and music and what they think, and you're a musician, so you'll enjoy this, but he said that if you can come up with a song that a young child and an old person will sing, you have a banger. That's it.
yeah,
If your song surpasses age in every way and everybody likes your song, you will have a banger. And he's not wrong. Look at the people that are dropping right now. Lil Nas with that fucking cowboy song recently in the last few years. You know, that was like the highest played whatever. He went to 5 different Billboard whatevers they're called. You know, it's just crazy. And you can't go anywhere without somebody knowing that song. And that's wild to me. Elton John's probably the same way. You know, there's all kinds of bands like that. Metallica now. I mean, Metallica's been that way, but even more so because they just did that Stranger Things thing where one of the kids in the show covered it, and now there's 8 billion new Master of Puppet fans.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, for
and
sure.
that's how that's going. Those bands are never going to cycle out. They're never going to stop going. You know, shout out to all the bands who have died off, and it's not anything against them. There's so much great music that gets lost in history, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But that is how you write the banger.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the bands you need to find, they're sneaky. They're out there. You just haven't heard them yet. Uncle Mike's Backyard Wagon Jump Track.
Oh my God. Is this a real band? Yet? It's being made? Is this one of those ones that hasn't left the recording studio yet?
Yeah.
Because that's what that sounds like. Right. That's a big one.
They're a banger. They're a banger. Buttermilk Jackhammer. That's another banger.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my.
They play Zydeco Oi.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what?
I'm not even gonna.
What? You fucking dirty old punks. You dirty old punks. That's the problem with you punks. Punk's way before. It's a little bit before my time. I only hung out with the kids who were imitating, so
Yeah.
it's very interesting to hear you guys talk about these older bands and non-existent bands, you know, that exist.
Yeah, you've never quite heard 4 chords in a squeeze box together, but let me tell you.
Right, exactly. See, and I didn't even know it was 4 chords. That joke has been turned around so much, now it's down to 3. In another 15 years, you guys will be writing only music on 2 chords. 2 chords, a stand-up snare, and maybe a stand-up bass.
Oh, I like it.
Except for they'll have to lay it down on the ground and play it sideways or some shit just to make it different.
With only 1 string.
Right.
Love it.
Right.
Love it.
Somebody's already doing that one. There is a gentleman right now that's gone viral on Instagram. He's got a guitar. It's either a guitar or a bass, an acoustic bass. He's running 2 strings and making songs
Nice.
and putting it out there.
Nice. When you run out of money, but you still want to make music.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep. Music
love it.
has evolved. I mean, they had the 15-second album. There was the girl who put out a full album. Every song was 15 seconds.
Oh.
Right. And she's
Huh.
like, well, with the attention span now. Gimmick.
Brilliant.
Gimmicky.
Oh,
It's super gimmicky, right?
brilliant. Now that one's going to leave you wanting more.
What do you think they just put it on repeat for a little while?
They
They're like,
would.
put the one song on repeat. You won't even notice. It'll play 60 fucking times. It'll be one song.
And you're like, what happened to the rest of it?
Right.
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 Like, I want more. He's right. You hear the 15 seconds. If it's catchy, if it's a banger, where the fuck's the rest of the song?
Right. So here's one. What makes good punk music? Because I want to understand it.
I like the aggression. There's just something catchy with it. There's something that grabs you with it. It's the same hook for any other style of music. There's something that reaches in and pulls you in.
Okay. Do you find that something that happens with me is if I listen to the music with a high tempo consistently, eventually I get like a headache, right? And not in the sense that the music's bad, but really in the sense that like when you're listening to it, you want to do jumping jacks to it or go running, and then it's just like, whoa, it's getting you to move all the fucking time. Do you have a balance where you go to a different genre, or are you guys just purely punk stuff? I know Joe Skelly here you've been listening to a lot of the old-timey bluegrass type shit lately.
Yeah,
I mean, you always have, but I'm saying even the newer stuff, we've been tossing back a lot of that lately.
For sure, because there's a lot of inspiration that can be taken from that, right?
Yeah. And I mean, the current kids are making it, you know. Is there good punk coming out right now?
There's some things, some obscure stuff, some things I catch on YouTube, but it's just nothing I've noticed that's really blown my socks off in the punk genre.
Yeah.
I've noticed some bands like Oi stuff that I've really dug. But that's a little different. It's not quite as always so grungy and in your face and kind of fast.
Yeah, I'm always curious because it seems like, I don't want to say like scene and post-hardcore died out, but it seems like post-hardcore kind of died out.
A lot of that seems to have too. You know, I know,
right.
I know what you're saying. It's
right,
just not
where
quite.
you just don't have. You might get one or two niche bands here that kind of pay homage to that and continue that, but it's like, I mean, right now everybody knows the biggest genre right now is hip hop. I think it's unarguable. You see it everywhere. You can't fucking go to Walmart or Walgreens without hearing a trap song playing. Right. It's got an 808 with a fucking fat bass. Dude, we were in Chuck E. Cheese last year and a fucking trap song came on. And I was like, oh, maybe they're dealing in the back of the costume area? I don't know what's happening right now. Like, this is crazy as fuck. Because you're playing trap music for little kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, music always kind of comes and goes in weird ebbs and flows and stuff. It does. So what would you call, your 60% of your 80s music? You know, back then it was probably maybe bubblegum. Now we call it alternative. Right. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff was
they rename it. The new generation renames it.
Or
this is the classics.
Yeah, but it was pop music then.
Right.
And now we're true. Like, so
think about one of the biggest arguments there was people that were diehard classic rock fans who were like, your music's garbage. And I'm like, bro, that music came out 25 years ago. You haven't progressed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. People getting stuck in their genres is a crazy thing.
You mean the people or the bands?
Well, now I'm thinking about the people, but the bands, I mean, when you're young, when you talk to young people, it's always, I want to listen to their old stuff. I don't want them to change. But those people have to grow up. Some of them. Not all of them.
See, to me, like, I don't know what category you want to put it in, but say you take AC/DC.
Okay.
Did they change? Did they sell out? Did their music style ever alter?
I don't think I know enough about them to give an opinion. When's the last time they dropped a record?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I'm just thinking, what about Motorhead? Did they ever? I'm going to be honest with you. They never changed. They never sold out to me. They just, if they got anything, they got louder.
Right.
And they were already the loudest there was.
I was listening to an old band called Thrice the other day, and I forgot how much they changed. Shit, I forgot about a whole 3 records that they had until somebody posted it on social media.
Right.
I was like, fuck, I forgot you guys made this. I'm still listening to the album you made when you were 21 years old.
Right.
The Headbanger one, and you haven't thought about it since.
They get weird things like, your pogo pop punk bands.
What's a pogo pop?
That
the poppy punk.
The real poppy stuff.
Like what?
Like your boy that went and now is looking for Bigfoot and aliens.
Oh, skater punk stuff.
Yeah, well, some of it.
Blink-182 type shit.
But think about them, too. Now, they're no longer playing these little small clubs. They're playing giant arenas.
Right.
So you got to kind of
go mainstream.
Stuff has to do.
It needs to be died down a little bit.
Musically, you have to change. You can't quite play the same way that you did when you were playing a smaller club versus a giant arena.
That's an interesting
thought. In prime example, the guys that came out with the Bumblebee Girl song, right? Everybody thought they were all soft and...
The fuck is that?
because they were. It was a Bumblebee girl in a video,
Oh,
bro.
oh.
But when they played live, they played hard as fuck.
It was also most people only knew
The
Bumblebee Girl song.
I don't even know that song.
Shannon Hoon overdosed on heroin.
I'll have to figure it out.
Oh, I can't think of it. You
I'll have
come
to
out of
check it
left
out.
field with this stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm with you in the.
Were you guys Sex Pistol fans?
Some.
Is that
Some.
Because
before your
before,
generations, or-
yeah, it was, but
before us.
it was still stuff that
Still
was
relevant?
played. But yeah, it was.
Op Ivy.
Who would you say? What was the legacy band when you guys were getting into all of this? Who were at the top?
You mean legacy, or what was like the big influencer?
What was the big influencer? At
It
the
had to
time?
be, like he said, Op Ivy,
Really?
and stuff like that. They blew
So
the
you guys
doors
are from
off
that
it.
generation.
Yeah,
okay.
that's when they were really blowing the doors off it. But I mean, still, it was like you had Ramones, you had
Coxbar.
yeah, you had all these old school bands that were still touring all the time then, and they were
No
young
shit.
still. Yeah,
no shit.
Misfits.
I
Yeah.
remember Misfits. Misfits. I don't remember in my life a time where I didn't see a Misfits skull somewhere.
yeah,
Like that's just
They're
there
everywhere.
forever, right? Op Ivy was more unique, definitely. If you know, out of 30 or 40 punk kids, you might see one wearing an Op Ivy shirt, and not that I'm saying they weren't as popular. It's just they seemed like more for the hardcore kids. Those kids knew about actual music, you know. And for me, I was like, if you came up to me and you were wearing a shirt all the time that I didn't really understand, you know, you probably were a lot more in depth because you couldn't just look it up. I mean, the Misfits, man, I think everybody's heard of or heard
right.
or can pick the logo out
Right.
of the
They might
Misfits.
not even know. Yeah, but they've
Right.
I've definitely
Right.
seen that. They're
I like Halloween. Right. That's
right.
what you
There's
hear.
sanitation departments that use that thing as a logo.
Really?
Yes, it's the Misfits skull is.
Right.
I think it's bigger than
The Misfits.
the Misfits
Right.
might be.
I think so too. I mean, they're putting it on all kinds of shit now where I'm like, there's no way that anybody's collecting on this that's really
Yeah.
truly a Misfit.
Right.
I see it everywhere. And you can buy their shit everywhere. Socks, underwear.
Yeah.
You know, the goth Kmart's been ruining their fucking shit
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
You remember when they
Kmart.
you remember when they used to have a Misfit skull on the front and then it said the Misfits on the back?
Yeah.
And the fucking goth Kmart started putting the shirt on the front and didn't put anything on the back? I
Yeah.
was like, you guys are pieces of shit.
Save
You're
that
just
extra.
selling, you're just selling these shirts. The same fucking price shirt as it was 15 years ago, but it's got less print on it now.
Right.
That's fucking
Right.
Fuck
horrible.
out of here.
It was like the Dead Kennedys had a string like that too. You
Yep.
know, DK's had they had a couple of shirts, but then you'd see that DK thing on everywhere. You know, it just
Right.
every store had a DK patch, and you're like, really? You know, and every kid had a DK
Right.
something. And they, you know, do
Because
you know anything?
that's part of the punk starter pack.
Right. Right.
That's true. That is
yeah,
true.
it definitely would be in there.
Misfits, DK, Sex Pistols.
DRI, even though they weren't really punk,
Really?
Yeah.
their logo, their little
Yeah.
patch.
Yeah,
Running
their
Man.
patch would be
Oh, yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. You guys got me thinking about all these shows now.
Right. We'll have to talk more about some other shows at some point.
I think I'm going to change my show favorite now. My favorite show is the one where I bought tickets with the Mega Beast and only made it to the door and saw all these young kids. And I was like, fuck this show. Let's just go home and hang out together. And that happened.
Huh.
That's right. I'm going with that one.
Huh.
There's too many of those. If you guys, so this is another horrible one. So I go to this show. We dance, we fight. You're all bruised up. You're beat up.
Yep.
And then I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to sit this next band out. I'm going to go sit in the other room, get a slice of pizza, hang out with some people.
Right.
The band plays, and I'm like, fuck, I don't care anyways. And then 5 years later, they're one of my favorite bands. That has happened to me at least 3 times. That is horrible.
Oh, that's bad.
I walked out on Thursday. I walked out on Serge Tankian when he was still with System of a Down.
Oh.
Saw Rob Zombie, and I was like, fuck Serge, I don't know this guy. I'm out. I don't want that Poppy Brock, whatever the fuck he's doing. Left the fucking concert. Then 5 years later, I'm like, oh, and now I can't afford the show.
Really dropped a. Oh, that's
Right.
bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's bad.
And of course, with the Mega Beast, there's been a few where we dude, I've driven all the way downtown for it, seen the line, and was like, we got a babysitter tonight. Let's just check into that hotel over there. We're not even going home. and that's what fucking happens. That's
Mm.
horrible, isn't it?
I don't like that. Yeah, that's a bad.
It is. It's bad vibes. There was also Linkin Park. Linkin Park, when Linkin Park dropped and I was still in California, my mom called me. She says, "Hey, sweetheart, I'm going to see this band called Linkin Park at Best Buy for free. Do you want to see them?" I said, "No, I got some homework to do, Mom." The girl was coming over.
Yeah, yeah.
All my best friends went. My best friends' moms went with my mom. All of them have a free Linkin Park show story, and I got nothing.
Oh,
But I remember hanging out with that girl, so
yeah.
And
There's
Linkin
that.
Park played a Best Buy.
Best Buy show for free. And so when they first came out, I love this. It cracks me up. When they first started talking about them on K-Rock, people called in for days. "Hey man, I was Googling this Linkin Park place. I can't find it. Where is this free show gonna be?" Right. It was fucking crazy. I remember the radio guy just being pissed. He's like, "People, stop calling me. Linkin Park is the band. It's fucking at Best Buy." And he was getting so frustrated.
Oh, I love it.
And then 6 months later, man, they were fucking filling Texas stadiums.
Yeah,
That band snowballed so fast.
yeah. They blew up fast.
That
too.
is, that within a year, they were playing 60,000 person fucking places.
That
I
was
remember
like
that.
start of the internet too, wasn't it?
Yep,
Kind of in the
yep, because
right
that would
in
have been
that.
98, 99,
Yeah.
and that kind of YouTube and all that shit was coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
The internet has, wow,
Oh,
talking
it's
about
done.
music. I mean, you can be a famous band today, make money, live off of it, and fucking nobody will know who you are. Because you can have a fan base, a small designated fan base spread everywhere, and if they have pockets and you have merch, you're gonna win.
Right. Right.
I wholeheartedly believe that. And then there's people that never caught on because of, even though they started before the internet, they weren't able to get that traction on the internet. They're still relevant. You'll still find people that know them. Like Jedi Mind Tricks is a big one. Vinny Paz has got a whole cult fucking following, but it's never going to be mainstream. I still walk around. I'm like, "Oh, you're a big hip hop fan? How do you like Vinny Paz and Jedi and Army of the Pharaohs?" They're like, "Who's that?"
Right.
I'm like, "Bro, you got Google." But how do they find it now? Any idiot can be on the internet, right? Present company included.
Right. Present company included.
I kind of like some of the aspects of it because some of it reminds me of what it was like being a kid at a party and someone would throw a mixtape in.
Yep.
And it would be just all this crazy. For me, it was like
Yep.
this crazy punk. And we all knew all the lyrics, couldn't tell you who the fuck it was.
Right.
Until somebody said, "Hey, we're going to see this show," and you're halfway through the show and they play that one song from that
Right.
mixtape.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I know I'm kind of dating myself with Pandora, but however you
Right.
stream your music, I'll throw stuff on at the shop. Sometimes it's just somebody's YouTube mix
Yep.
or something, or the thing generates its own. And I'm listening to all this strange stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm digging this and I'm digging that. I have no fucking clue who the hell I'm listening to.
Right.
So when you ask me, like, what's new that's kind of cool, I'm like, well, I know some of these names because I've searched them out then, but then the
Right.
stuff that follows after it, I love that. No clue. I can't always run up and down the stairs liking every freaking thing,
Right, you got to carry your phone around with you. Play it right off your phone.
Have you seen my phone?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
T9.
Yeah.
T9.
T9, that's all he's gonna say.
Look, you carry T9 when you work at the sanitation department. You don't got to worry about people hacking your phone, especially when you're handling all those sensitive items.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have enjoyed this show of fuckery. We're glad you're all still here. I love all three of you. We're hoping to get our fifth fan here shortly. We don't count the Mega Beast because I just don't feel safe at home yet. Joe Skelly, do you want to add in on this?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait. Wait, I got it. I spent this whole last fucking hour trying to remember what the fuck I meant to ask, and this is the only thing I wanted to ask over everything. I heard a rumor on Friday that 3097 seconds was stolen.
What?
I might have said it first.
Joe Skelly, do we have any input on this, or are you just going to give it to Big Brother? Joe Skelly's scratching his head. He's looking around the room.
I'm
A
gonna
little bit of
say
sweat is forming on his forehead.
I'm gonna say it was a joint venture.
Oh.
I'll support that.
All right. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it first.
The Skellies joint venture, 97 seconds. Listen, if you like us, again, go on your platform, like us, subscribe, notification, give us the 5 stars, give us the thumbs up, whatever you got to do.
If you don't like us, go buy some patches and pass them out to your mom. Tell her she can email me. I want pictures with signs, though. I don't want to see no angle shit. If you thick, we in it, but you got to show it off.
And as always, stay tuned for more.